Hey, everybody. It's Maria from What's the Story with Maria. How's it going? So happy you could join us tonight. Tonight is Tuesday, September 24th. Um, we have two guests. We have Siobhan, Fallon, Hogan joining us. And then our reoccurring guest, Susan Campanaro, will join us towards the end of the show. And of course, we have our trusty sidekick, Leo Rodriguez. Leo, hit that promo.
Yeah, I'm a big fish in a small pond. Days free and the night's long. I create my own reality. Who I am is fine with me. I'm as famous, I'm as famous as I wanna be. Who I am is fine with me. It's who I am. It's who I am.
So, hi, everybody. Welcome back. We're so glad you are here. I know the last few weeks have been a little up and down. People are doing a lot of things and a lot of great things. And so, if we don't always see you on the show live, don't worry, because our show, after it goes live, we save it and you can watch it on my Facebook page, on the What's the Story with Maria Facebook page, on our YouTube channel, the What's the Story with Maria YouTube channel. And also, we have a What's the Story with Maria.com. You can watch all our episodes there. But then it goes into podcast on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Music, and Leo knows a bunch of the other ones that anywhere that there are podcasts, you just type in What's the Story with Maria and you can watch it. It's really cool. I mean, you can listen to it in podcast, but if you want to watch the live, you can watch it now or later. So, but let's say hi to our trusty friends that come in live. First in, as per usual, Danielle Alexandria Alchemy, YouTube crew. That's right. She watches it on YouTube. So Danielle is our friend. She is a spiritual medium, a psychic, a healer. She does past life regressions, all kinds of amazing things. Danielle, I was singing your praises yesterday to a new friend. And so if you are someone that believes in that stuff, which I do, and Danielle is the best of the best of the best. So I cannot say enough about Danielle. So you will feel better. And she talks to the other side too. So if you have people on the other side that you miss and you want to connect with, she's your girl. 5 stars for Danielle. Danielle Alexandria Alchemy.com. So that's where you want to go, and it gives you all the options for things that you can get. I gave it for Christmas presents last year, and it was a wonderful gift to give. The gift of peace of mind, I called it. Okay, so now let me see. Oh my God, we have so many of our regulars that come on. Lori Towers, you know how much I love my Lori. My Tuesday night happy place. Yes, Lori, we are happy when you show up. And her handsome devil of a husband, John Pietero. If it's Tuesday, it must be Belgium. You know, John, it's funny. You and I are the only two that know what that means, and Lori probably. But I remember that movie when I was a kid. I mean, Maria and Leo. So Andy Prasky has joined us. Hello, Maria and Leo. Hi, Andy Prasky. Andy, this is cool because we have Siobhan was recently in a film that we had a couple of people on a few weeks ago, but so Andy is a film guy and a documentarian and a director. He directs all kinds of things like that. So you'll appreciate tonight's show. But Siobhan's done many, many things. So one of the things she's done is she was in the zombie movie that we talked about a few weeks ago, but we couldn't get her on, so we wanted to get her on. And she's on with us tonight. Let me see. So I don't want to miss anybody. Oh my God, Kathy Janet Salvio. Hi, Maria from Kat and Melanie. Hi, girls. Oh my God. First of all, Leo, you have to join me for this, please. It is Catherine. Well, 2 days ago was Catherine Salvio's birthday. Our wonderful friend Kat Salvio, who lived in New York for many years now. She lives in Vero Beach, Florida, where your vote will really count, Kat. So Leo and Kat they were in a cabaret class that I taught many years ago. And Kat and Leo did a duet. So happy birthday, Catherine. Melanie, so nice to see you. Melanie is Catherine's friend, and she also worked at NBC. So nice to have you. And Samantha Harmon, Hi, baby. I sent Leo the promo for this Sunday because I wanted to promo that as well. So let's do that right now. So this Sunday at the Stonewall Inn in New York, New York, if you are there, thank you, Leo. You're amazing. Not we, Sam and G Enrique are running this amazing thing. I'm going to try to get there myself, but I highly endorse it. It's called High Notes for Harris. So what it is from 4 to 7 at the Stonewall Inn. There's going to be music by request. G Enrique will be playing. You can request songs, and anything you request, like with your people usually request piano bars. They put money on a napkin and they give it to the piano player, or you Venmo. G is donating all of that to the Harris campaign, and it's not just Harris. It's the Senate race. So down the ballot to anyone that it's the blue, it's Act Blue. So it's an amazing thing, and they're also Sam is running the postcard drive. So thank you, Leo. So there's a postcard drive going on. I've been doing postcards to swing states for years now, even midterms, and it started off, listen to this. It started off with 56,000 postcards that went out. And now it's up to 48 million postcards that go out at election time, whether it's midterms or for the presidential elections. And they go to swing states and places like that and just basically remind people to vote, So it's a really cool thing. And if you show up on Sunday, anytime between 4 and 7, you can sit at tables with other people that are enjoying cocktails and things like that and writing out postcards and listening to amazing music. And also there's a link. We'll post it. I'll repost it on Sunday so you can also go live. And I think they're going to have a live link that you can donate live and watch it.
It's right there. Act Blue, donate High Notes for Harris.
Beautiful. And so that day, Sunday, you can do that as well and watch and listen to your requests. It's going to be really cool. They've already raised like $1,500, I think. I was looking at it earlier. It's really an amazing thing. Okay, Maria, how about a watch party on election night at the Stonewall Inn? Yes, John, thank you for asking. So at the Stonewall Inn on election night, there is a watch party, and it's going to be upstairs. It's going to be everywhere because they'll have TVs everywhere. But I know there's a huge crowd going to be upstairs. I'm sure TV cameras will show up too because the Stonewall Inn is famous, and they go to different watch parties with the news. So yes, that is a happening. So that'll be wonderful. Okay, Catherine, thank you, Maria and Leo. You're welcome, honey. We love you. So Sam, that's all taken care of. Now, another great thing that's happening this week. So that's Sunday. Another great thing that's happening this week that we want to let you know about is our friend Susan Campanaro is doing her Lavinia show, Doing Time with Lavinia at United Solo. She and Lynn Portis wrote that show. It's amazing. It won the best of the best at the United Solo last year. She was in Edinburgh last month, just doing amazing things. And the show is opening.
Reviews.
The reviews are incredible. Incredible.
Can we play them for you?
Sure, honey. I mean, we're going to bring Susan up at the end anyway, so maybe we'll read them then. But I did want to remind you, everybody, to write that down because we're going to bring Siobhan in soon. But put this in your calendar. And then, yes, then Leo, you can, before we bring Suze on, you can read the reviews. So, and she's going to join us around 9:40ish. But I did want, because sometimes people come on and we like to promo stuff in the beginning. That's like pick of the week stuff. So those are my picks of the week. Okay. Now, John Pietero and Lori Towers are radio personalities. They are music historians, DJs, writers, musicians, all kinds of things. And as Leo, you want to come on and talk about it, or you want me to do it? I don't know if you're able to zoom in right now. But they are on Wednesday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific time, John Pietro Lorry Towers beneath the underground on Sheena's Jungle Room. Go ahead, honey.
But not tomorrow night.
Why?
Tomorrow night, they're going to be seeing Miss Lavinia Draper.
Wow. That's really a big deal. That's
So
a
I
big-
don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah, what are you going to do, Leo? You usually listen to that.
I might do laundry.
Hey, there's an idea. All right. I did laundry today. Oh, my God. I'm so
I know
glad
what I'm
that's
going to be
over.
talking. I'll talk to people about
Voting. Yes,
not
actually,
the vote.
also there's lots of stuff you can do. If you go to your particular, like I'm on a thread with New Yorkers for Harris, but any state you're in, just California, whatever, they have so much stuff for us to do. There's phone canvassing. I mean, there's phone banks, there's canvassing door to door. Now there's another thing they just created called Neighbor to Neighbor, where you just tell them the state you're from and they give you 10 neighbors in your vicinity that you can go and knock on doors and have one-on-one conversations with. And I think that's lovely. Anyway, okay, Leo, I'm right there with you. Mine says voting is my superpower. I know we're on a rampage. I mean, we're on a tear here with the voting, but we're just trying to get everybody motivated because we have 42 days to go and things are heating up. So
We've got to protect our future.
yeah, we have to protect our rights. That's really what it's about. And that's what it's about. There's good people in this country and we need to save democracy. So let's go and do that.
It's our
Okay.
job.
And I love that you put that picture up there, Leo. You're the best. Okay. You changed your name there. I don't know what's happening with you.
Oh, you know why? I forget.
That was for something else.
That is when I was hanging out with our friend Miles.
Okay. So that's Leo. Anyway, let's, without further ado, so our guest that is joining us tonight, about 2 weeks ago, we had a lot of the cast and crew from the zombie movie, The Zombie Wedding. And that Joe Corcoran, we had Jeff and John Mazzola, we had the Mastrolias, we had Jerry and Silvana Mastrolia on, and we had Vinny Pastore join us. So we got to hear a lot about the wedding, and we didn't. He booked Siobhan on a separate night, which was tonight. So tonight we have the luxury of not like a huge crowded room, but just get Siobhan, and then later on we'll bring Susie on because she's opening the United Solo. But
The honor too, I think Siobhan. I know
Siobhan
that
gets
face.
like a whole.
Over.
I know she gets a whole section all for herself, but
That's
she has a
funny.
lot to talk about. Yeah, she has a lot that she's done, and we're so excited to have her. So, what do you think, Leo? We ready to zoom her in?
I'm gonna change me into Siobhan Watch.
Okay. Wow.
Hi.
Hi, Siobhan. Welcome, Siobhan.
Thanks,
Fallon.
Maria.
Oh my God, Leo's a goofball, and I am too. So I have to kind of hold it together when Leo's around. So one of us he's the bigger goofball right now. Anyway, honey, welcome and thank you for taking the time to be on our show.
Oh, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Now, you're a Jersey girl? Are you a Jersey girl?
I'm not. I live in New Jersey. I raised my kids in New Jersey, but I grew up in upstate New York, outside of Syracuse.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Transplant. I'm a transplant.
I love it. I love it. Now, but here's the amazing thing. So I was watching the movie because I said, let me watch it today. So it's fresh in my mind. And you played like a Southern, like sassy, opinionated, funny mom. But your accent was so good.
Yeah. Well, my husband's really Jersey. So, I've been living with him for 32 years. So yeah. So I'm the mother of Deep Deep, who plays the bride who's marrying the zombie, and Sherry O'Terry from SNL is playing.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So we had a great time together because she's great to act with, and it was really fun.
My favorite, and I hope this doesn't hurt anybody else's feelings, but my favorite parts of the movie, because it's a goof fest. It's like it's over the top nutty. But my favorite thing was your scenes with Sherry O'Terry.
Oh, so fun. We had
Like
such a
your
good time.
back and forth banter and your
Right.
digs.
We were just improvising. It was just really
Is that
good.
true?
Yeah, I mean, Greg's script is great, but we were really doing a lot of improvisation as well.
Wow. And you girls are friends, right?
Well, you know what? I'd known her from SNL just to see her at SNL events, but I didn't know her until now the movie. You know what I mean?
Oh, really? Okay.
We
You
hit it
seem
off
like
right
old
away.
pals.
Yes.
That's great. But
Yeah,
your accent for the movie was really that was a Southern accent.
oh yeah. So I was real Southern because well, my husband has a lot of family down in Savannah too. So it's all these New Yorkers that went down to Savannah and married these Savannah, guys and girls. So I know that sometimes I'm part of the deep South as well.
Yes, absolutely. Very, very, very good.
Yeah, but I love to, as an actress, I love to, latch onto an accent or a limp or something, something to be something other than myself.
I love that. That's great. But you've been in a ton of movies, right? I mean, I have them written down. I have a few written down. The House That Jack Built, right?
Oh yeah,
Um,
mhm. With Matt
okay.
Dillon. Yeah, I've actually done 3 movies with Matt Dillon, oddly enough.
Well, is that a coincidence, or do they is the same casting people, or?
No, just really weirdly. So I did oh my gosh, what's the name of the movie? Going in Style with
Okay.
Morgan Freeman, Michael Caine, and Matt was in that. And then The House that Jack Built, which is this Lars von Trier movie that we did in Denmark. And then and the other one's a TV show, Wayward Pines.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then Daddy Daycare.
Yes.
I have Forrest Gump.
Yep. Yep.
Wow. The Negotiator.
Yep.
Holes.
Yeah, that was such a good time. Yep.
And Men in Black.
Yeah. So I weirdly have done a lot of I don't even know, kids movies like Holes, Charlotte's Web, Daddy Daycare. Like there was like a block of those, and then been really fortunate to be like in Men in Black and Forrest Gump, Seinfeld. I was Elaine's roommate. So I have some of the old really iconic ones. Yeah,
I love it. And everything, like, you really, I mean, you're very like the kind of actor that's like clicks in.
yeah.
I mean, that's what I get from you. Like, that's it. You own it, you click in, and you're that character.
Well, I mean, it's my complete passion, and I guess I always say, a sign of insanity is thinking you're someone else, but I just love to be someone else.
I love that. But it's great. Were you always that person? Were you always that kid?
Yeah, it really was. Like when I'm one of 5, and like my sisters would like be playing dolls, or they'd be like doing different things. I was like, does anybody want to, like Bewitched? Or I was like, does anybody want to play the Brady Bunch? Like play all the different characters.
Of course.
So that's what I always just love to do. And even with my kids, I'd say, well, okay, we're going to set up a playhouse. We're going to set up a stage, and we're going to put on shows for each other. But that's, it's also kind of a very Irish thing to do.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so actually I've, in addition to, Zombie Wedding coming out, I've written a play that's about my mom passed 2 months before she turned 97. And so I wrote a play about how my 3 sisters and my niece took care of her, because my niece is a nurse, and it's a comedy, believe it or not. So right now we're sort of in pre-production to get it to do it off Broadway in New York.
Wow. Do you have a name for it yet?
It's called Mother's Farewell, but because it's so Irish and insane, like there's a lot of rosaries, there's a lot of drinking wine. I'm the selfish actress that comes up from New York. I'm like, start the morphine, and my sister's like, no. But anyway, so I'm toying with changing the title. Actually, I just thought of this today, to Days of Wine and Rosaries. It was a play on Days of Wine and Roses.
Great.
I don't know.
That is great. No, listen, I got to tell you, I grew up in Boston. I've lived here 35 years, but I grew up in Boston, and all my friends were Irish. I went to Catholic school.
Oh, that's so great.
So I know this very well.
I love your accent. When we were, so I'm sure you can hear, like, I have a really nasal, like not a very attractive accent. It's upstate, but we would go to Rockport, Massachusetts every summer.
Oh my God.
And my father was always like, kids, go ask that guy if you can use the drinking fountain. Because then the guy would go, you mean the bubbler? Because we love hearing the Boston accent.
Yeah, you're looking for water? There's a bubbler right there.
Exactly.
Yeah, my sister's got a really thick accent. I mean, I've been here now a long time. So, but if I go home, well, I was home last week, I'd pick it right back up.
Oh yeah. Did you see the movie Eileen with Anne Hathaway? I don't know if you saw that. It was a big Boston.
No,
It was it came out this past year. I play a Boston prison guard.
really?
Prison
Eileen?
secretary in that. Yeah.
Oh my God, I have to check it out.
Yeah. Big Boston accent.
But the Irish, I love this thing. I love this wine and rosaries because my family made wine, my grandparents, and they were lousy at it. It was the worst wine you ever had in your life.
Funny.
And so we'd have so much of it. And my mother would say, take some of those things to your Irish friends. We can't get rid of this shit. And so we would take,
just drink it.
Can you imagine? They were our Catholic school friends. We were like 11 and we were carrying these jugs of wine to our Irish friends. And they'd be like, great. You know, like, so that I get that. And it's so funny. I went to my high school reunion last year and all my friends, every one of them is Irish.
Well, actually my good friend who, her name is, I don't know, be a small world if you know her, but her name is Angela Teven. I don't know her maiden name though. She's from Boston. Whenever I have to play a character from Boston, I call her up. I'm like, Angela. She's like, no, park your car, Siobhan, come on, let's start. Yeah, so it's great.
True. It's true. Leo, did you want to say something?
I did. I was taking a look at your website and I saw the video that also inspired you to write the play for your mom.
Yes.
The Alzheimer's with ballerina. So I'm teaching a cabaret class right now. We were just talking about the importance of music to people with Alzheimer's and such. And that's inspiring that you wrote that. I wrote something about that. It was inspired for you to write it for your mom.
Yes. So someone sent me that YouTube video. So if you Google prima ballerina from Brazil, who she danced in New York City. Okay. And it's this most beautiful video it's got there she is. And this gentleman who works, must have been in the nursing home with her. She was completely, riddled with Alzheimer's. But when he played the music from Swan Lake, she started doing the dance. I mean, she's clearly like in her 90s and she comes alive. So this is, even though my play is a comedy, it is also very touching. People look. We did the reading in New York. Everybody cried, and it was, we did the reading with Patty Heaton from Everybody Loves Raymond. Played my sister. This was her. They're going back and forth as you're seeing on your screen. And Patty Heaton, Margaret Colin, Welker White, Lila Robbins. Like we have all these fabulous movie and Broadway actresses.
Wow.
But also, I wanted to say regarding Zombie Wedding, what a nice, talented group of young people like Donald Chang, and Deepti. There was such a great group of people to get, because when I've been in the business this long, it's really nice to meet a nice, classy group of young people as well.
Well, it's funny that you said, because I agree. I thought they were really really cool. A lot of there was so much stuff going on that it was like overwhelming, right? You're like, holy
shit. The makeup was unbelievable, wasn't it?
Unbelievable. The makeup and the costumes. But what I was thinking, because I'm an actor myself, I was thinking, and I was in Tony and Tina, so I know all that craziness that goes with like large casts.
Yes.
And so I understand that very well. But what I was going to say is, it must have been so hard for you guys not to laugh during filming because there was just so much going on. Like, did you have to retake scenes and stuff?
It's funny that you say that. We would they would yell cut and then we'd burst out laughing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So because also you kind of know, like on a movie like this, there's not a lot of takes.
Yes, I know.
There's a lot to get through in a short period of time. So we held for the laughs.
Yeah, I love it. But my two favorite scenes were the one. My favorite scene is the one of you and Sherry O'Terry in the bridal shop.
Oh yeah, it was so fun.
That is a great scene. And then you and Sherry O'Terry at the altar, just
that's right. Yeah.
Back and forth.
Yeah.
That was some really good stuff.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
I loved it. So so that movie opened last week. And if we want to find your other movie, you have a website, right? I guess Leo just found it.
Yes. Or So I have a website and I have Instagram, at Siobhan, Fallon, Hogan. And I also had a movie that I wrote that came out this past year, and AMC and Regal, was independent, picked it up, called Shelter in Solitude.
Oh,
That's
wow.
now available on Amazon and Apple and, you know, all kinds of different things. But yeah, Shelter in Solitude was the second movie I wrote. I wrote another movie called Rushed before that. Both of those movies, Robert Patrick from The Terminator plays my husband in Rushed, which came out in 2021. And then I wrote the second movie, which came out this past year, Shelter in Solitude. He plays my brother in that.
Oh, wow. That's
And Dan
great.
Castellaneta, who is Homer Simpson, is in Shelter in Solitude. It's a very serious movie, believe it or not. But
I do.
it's about a death row prisoner who has 10 days left to live. And I play his prisoner. That's my son right there. My son, Peter, plays a young cop in it. And these are two
that's
rappers.
great.
Yeah, those rappers, Fat Nick and Rob Banks. There's Robert Patrick there. And yeah.
How
So
cool.
it's 98% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's great. That is so cool. And so you wrote the script for both of those.
I did, yeah.
That's amazing.
I have 3 kids, and once my third daughter was going off to college, I was like, what am I going to do with myself?
So did you always write scripts, or was it just something you did?
I always did one-person shows over the years. Like you know, when I had kind of a lull, like I have a baby, do a one-person show, like when things would start to slow down. And then when my youngest, I have 3 kids, was going off to school, I was like, well, what am I going to do with myself? Because I'm not domestic. So I wrote my first movie, Rushed. And then the second one just kind of came to me in the middle of the night. So I wrote the second one.
I love that. And you get your ideas just from your own life, or do they come to you in a dream, or?
Well, pretty much from my own life, like Shelter in Solitude. My dad was an attorney, and when we were kids, you know, we lived outside of Syracuse, and every Sunday we'd go see my cousins who lived past the prison. You'd go through Pompey, New York, and I was like, and my father would tell me stories about the prisoners and the prison guards. I was like kind of obsessed. I was like, I wonder what they have good relationships. Like, what's the deal? So that's kind of where that came from. Plus, I play a country singer in it, and I love country music.
I love that. I can see that. I haven't even seen. Yes, I get that whole thing.
Yeah. And then Rushed, that was because my son was in college, and he was kind of swinging from the chandeliers, and, you know, all the fraternity hazing was going on. So I just sort of imagined, like, you know, what if that happened? If my son got in trouble like that, how would I react? So that's a thriller.
Wow, I love that. Okay, so Andy Prasky, he's a filmmaker as well, and a director, and he says, do you find it painful to write sometimes?
Well, yeah, you know, what's crazy is if you're really in it, you know, sometimes they always say, you know, write every day, no matter what. If you write 5 minutes, that's all you can get out, just at least write. But sometimes when you're like into a couple hours and it's sort of cathartic and you actually think that you're in it, like, I'm not kidding you. Like, when I was writing the movie Rushed, I'd get off the finish and I'd be like, I'm going to call my son. What the hell is he doing? You know, you really think it's happening almost.
Wow.
You have to come down. It sounds crazy, but
no, it doesn't at all.
And Shelter in Solitude, you know, so it was with Peter Macon played the prisoner. He's an unbelievable actor. And if you see the movie, he doesn't speak for the first like 4 scenes, because would you want to speak if you're on death row to someone who just came in to be your, you know, your prison guard? And so, yeah, sometimes it is really emotional, and you really are so into it that you feel like it's happening.
Wow. That's incredible. And you know what's even more incredible? That, I mean, you're a comedian. That's like, you also are a comedian, but you're writing the serious stuff.
Yeah, well, because sadly and oddly, I think it's very true that when terrible things happen to funny people, something about it that's even sadder to me, because you're used to being like the clown. But I lost my nephew when he was 29. And I remember going to my sister-in-law's house, and she was sitting there, and my other sister-in-law was like doing her hair. And I said, Margie, how are you doing this? And she's like, said, well, I figure, it's very Catholic, if the Blessed Mother could do it, I can do it. And I was like,
wow. Yeah.
But they really got through that with a lot of humor too over the years. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's sort of more heartbreaking to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Unbelievable. And you just kind of like, when you're in something, sometimes you just have to do the next right thing. and
Yeah.
just get through to the next moment, you
Right.
know, and people, especially mothers, are very much about, let me just get things done. People are depending on me.
Right.
I have, you know, I have company or whatever it
Yes.
is. And you
Yes.
just kind of do. My mother was like that.
Yeah. And Rushed, the movie, I have 4 kids. So it's like, you're so crazy. You're trying to do everything, but you're going through also going through hell. So you have to kind of like put it on, you have to compartmentalize a little bit.
Wow. Unbelievable. That's incredible. So when does your the mother show, Days of Wine and Rosary? I mean, I love that title.
It was Mother's Farewell. I mean, I like that title.
Well,
too.
you could make it a subtitle. You could Days of Wine and Rosaries, A Mother's Farewell. You could do
Yeah,
that too.
that's a good idea. That's a good
You
idea.
know?
That's my family. That's my family there. I'm the redhead on the second of the end.
Oh my
So,
God.
It's hoping for next year from right now. It takes a
Oh,
long
that's
to
so
get a movie out.
cool.
Yeah.
And will you come back and talk about that when it opens?
Absolutely. It'd be my pleasure and my honor. I
Oh
appreciate it.
my God, that would be so great.
Yes.
So, you're one of 5, you said?
Yeah, I'm the second oldest of 5.
And are you the only redhead in the family? Every
I'm the
Irish
only
family?
redhead. That's a great. They say like
There's
both my
always one.
grandmothers, both my grandmothers had red hair, but it's something. I was always terrible in science. I don't really know the deal, but it skips a generation. Something about the Punnett Square. I don't understand it.
Yeah, it's
But
I
both my
think
grandmothers did
twins
red
too.
hair.
Did you have twins in your family as well? Any
No,
twins? No,
no.
okay. Because the twins, same thing. It's like genetics. It does skip a generation.
Yes, yes.
But the redheads I always find so fascinating because my friends, I have so many redhead friends. And the thing is, I think the redheads are always the feistiest, right?
Yes. Well, because you're kind of odd because I don't know.
I think they're the funniest. I think they're the best. I love redheads. I
I
think
mean,
they're so
people, when I was a kid, old ladies were always like, "Oh, look at your hair. Can I touch your hair? Can I?" And you get a lot of attention that you really
Of
shouldn't be getting.
course. Yeah. And when's your birthday?
May 13th.
Oh, so you're a Taurus. Okay.
What are you?
I'm May 21st. I was thinking you were a Gemini too, because you have a lot of Gemini going on though.
Interesting. My husband's my husband is. My husband's May 27th.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tauruses are very organized. They're
Oh
very
my God. Well, I'm not. I probably should be a Gemini then.
Yeah, no, Geminis are all bouncing off the walls, but they're really creative. Yeah, we're perpetual children. It's just like yeah,
That's so
Susie,
great.
who's gonna join us, is she's a Gemini as well. We've been best friends for like 30
Oh,
something
that's
years.
awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So how did you meet Joe and that crew? Joe, the Tony and Tina crew?
Well, they wrote to me, and I had seen Tony and Tina's back in the day, but they wrote and said, we're interested in you for this part. So, and then we became fast friends as soon as we did. I mean, Greg and Joe and Sue Wolf, they're just great people.
Yeah.
And we really had a good time.
Yeah, that's really cool. And you live in the city now, right?
I'm in Jersey, and then I have a little place in the city as well.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And so we're gonna keep everybody. You can stream Zombie Wedding and
Okay.
anywhere now. You can pretty much. I watched it on Amazon Prime. It's also in the movie theaters in 5 different cities. I know that, and so you can catch that. But there's a million ways that you can catch Siobhan. Siobhan, if they want to like go through your movies, how do they? Do they just?
They can go to my IMDb page, or they can go to at Siobhan Fallon Hogan. And IMDb is usually the easiest. And then if they want to see Shelter in Solitude or Rushed, just go to Amazon or Apple or it's
Yeah, it was on Amazon today, and those came up.
yeah. Rushed is if they're abroad, it's in like 25 countries as well.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
Well, honey, I'm so glad that you took the
I know.
time to
Thank you so
join
much
us.
for having me on. I appreciate it.
Oh, this is great, and I feel like we could go on and on. But you have to promise me that you'll come back on whatever you want to promote. You have my stuff now. Just let me know, and then
Absolutely.
there's always room for you here.
Thank you
And
so much.
thank you for taking the time. I can't wait to go and watch your movies this week.
Oh, awesome. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. And everybody, Siobhan Fallon, Hogan, give her a big hand and follow her. Go to her website. Check out her movies. She's incredible.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
Have a
so
great
much.
rest of the night.
All right. You too, babe. Thank
All right,
you so
bye-bye.
much. Bye. So, folks, wow. Wow. How cool is she? How cool is Siobhan? And I love that kind of a person, that just brilliant mind, funny, and just perfect. Perfect. That's a perfect person. Okay. Thank you, Siobhan, for joining us. Okay. So Siobhan is a Taurus. Her husband's a Gemini. My best friend is a Gemini. And she's joining us tonight because she is doing her show again. The incredible Susan Campanaro is here with us. Leo, do we have Susie do we have her in the tank, as they say? Bring her on.
Can we play on her little
Anything you want. Now,
advertisement?
you did this video, right?
Well, yeah, but it's all just, it's Slovenian, but it might be hard. Put your listening ears in because they're all Scottish, I believe.
Oh,
You've got to listen clearly.
This is a good video.
Hey, what do you think of the show?
That was fabulous. Talented, creative, genius.
Oh, lived up to my expectations more. What a talent, what a force.
Oh my God!
The best thing I've ever seen in my life.
The best.
It achieved the goal of making me laugh and cry at the same time.
Hey, beautiful.
Yay.
Go and see Lavinia.
Yeah. What did you think, Joe?
Oh, it was absolutely amazing. The best thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my God!
No, honestly, it was just so beautiful and so 100% just off the cuff. It was just brilliant.
Why did you like doing time with Lavinia?
Because she taught everyone something about themselves.
What did you think of doing time with Lavinia?
That was brilliant.
Aww.
Lavinia's show's the best show I've seen so far at the Fringe.
I love the New Yorker.
She dances, she acts, she does comedy.
Oh, video. Oh no. Hi, we're at a video.
Oh, that was so great, Susie.
Thank you.
Yay.
My favorite is Joe. He's like wasted. That's when you get someone to talk about your show and they're completely wasted.
Oh my God. So you just, I mean, I've seen this show a bunch of times in different, places and stuff, but you went to the Fringe Festival in Scotland. And
I did.
Like, tell everybody what that's like. It's just one thing after another after another. It was like,
oh, it's a lot of work. I mean, I'm going to go back next year in a better position, but I conquered like in the most underdog position. I had 5 venues at 5 different times. And I would just like go out as Lavinia and promote. And every show I got an audience, but it was just a lot of work. It was, you got to be in shape and ready to go because it's every day. I did 22 performances, straight, maybe a little 22 performances in 20 days. And then I did the last 4 performances. So it was like crazy. But it got me ready to what we're going to be doing tomorrow night. So,
yeah, and Lynn was there with you for one of the weeks, right?
Yeah, that was the best. But we were like lugging the piano and bringing the stuff, and we had to ditch the toilet because Lavinia's in jail, so of course there's a toilet. So we just ditched that for the festival. It was like, it's coming back tomorrow night. You get the toilet.
All right.
Full effect.
So if you see the show, you'll get what that means. But so tomorrow night you're opening the United Solo Festival.
We are. It's very exciting. I'm very excited.
So what time is that happening?
So it's 7:00 at Theater Row Theaters, and it's my dream place. Was fortunate enough many years ago, I would say 18 years ago, I had a show with Bobby Spillane called All Dolled Up that was at Theater Row. And now I got to do the United Solo in the studio space that you were there, which thank you for coming.
I loved it.
And now we're in the first floor theater. We're in Theater 1. So I'm in a legitimate off-Broadway house, and they're producing me to show. Lynn and I are going to show our work.
Wow, but you also won an award last year for this show, right?
Well, 2 years ago. It was
2 years ago.
2022. We won Best Composer, Lynn Portis, and Best Musical, Susan Campanaro.
Oh my
And
God.
then I went to London and I found these producers when I was out doing comedy. And then they brought me, and I did it in 2023 in the south of London. So Doing Time with Lavinia was there. And then those two people brought me to Edinburgh. So
wow. Okay, so
yeah.
the same producers that, because I remember you were in London. You've been all over the place in the last 2 years. I mean, although you're a traveler, you're someone that just gets up and goes, and you're like a one-man band. You can just adjust to anything. But the last 2 years, especially, you've been traveling a lot, right?
Yeah, and then I go to Denver with Chocolatina.
Yep.
I'm going to be going to Denver. Yeah, I like to travel to work because then I get to
Yeah.
know people. I'm
But-
not a big vacationer. I mean, if I want a vacation, I want to go to the beach. I want to go to see my mother, which I'm doing next week. Thank God.
Yeah.
So I just want to say one thing though. I am going Friday to Chicago to the 44th annual International LGBTQ Reeling Film Festival with my film version of Doing Time with Lavinia. That's just called Lavinia with the exclamation point. And it was done by Virtual Arts, which is Larry Pellegrini's company. And he's the whole reason how I got to London in the first place.
Wow.
So I'm going there Friday. I'm going to stay with Anthony Fett's mother.
I heard. That's so cool.
I was on the phone with her today. I'm going to take the plane to the train to the bus and go to Anthony's mom's house, see the film. I'm just going by myself.
Yeah,
It's
but
totally
that's
crazy.
good. You can
I just got to go look at it like, wow, because I've only seen it at the Stonewall.
Yeah.
So then I'm going to go to see mom.
Yes, absolutely. And Susan's mother is one of the funniest human beings I've ever met in my life. She's been on the show. She's been a reoccurring guest many times, Barbara Campanaro.
Well, I'll be with her next week. Maybe she should pop on.
Oh my God, that would be amazing. Do you think
Tuesday night?
Can we do that?
Yeah, just quick. Like I know you got other guests.
I
Mom
do.
can
I
tell
have
you, like, what's going
Adrian
on.
Christian and maybe Scott Barberino, but maybe not. But
Oh, I love Scott Barberino.
That would be amazing.
Mr. Bevnap.
Yes, he's doing the Bevnaps again. He's got all new
He
Bevnaps.
should. I mean, he and Brandon Cottrell and Lisa Asher, they are touchstone performers. Lisa Asher was my first friend at the Duplex.
Wow.
We were like this.
She's the best.
Remember when I was messing around with James Latzel? She's the one who told me he liked me. She was like, he likes you.
Now everybody knows. Nobody
I don't
knows.
think anyone knows him.
Yeah.
Like, you know. Oh, I know, right?
Leo.
Well, I mean, I was younger.
Young and wild.
Now I'm like everybody's mother. Now they're all calling me mother.
Listen,
Oh
they
my
do
God.
that to me too. You know what people say to me constantly? You remind me of my mom, or you remind me of my favorite aunt.
Well, that's kind of a good thing. I mean,
yeah, I hope she's the crazy aunt. I mean, I would say.
You want to know
thank
the
you.
funny part, though?
What?
I get the same stuff.
Do you? Why? You can.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have really little kids.
But they say my aunt and they say my grandma as opposed to
what? They say that you remind them of your grandmother?
He's crazy. Leo, you're so
Girl,
crazy.
you are crazy.
You are crazy.
No, Leo makes the best videos. I mean, the guy's like amazing. He
Leo can do anything.
Leo, you're very, very generous and kind, and I'm very grateful for our friendship.
Yes, and Leo.
I have to tell you, you've got the chutzpah, girl, to take your show. I remember seeing it in lab and stuff, and to do what you've done with it, that takes a lot of chutzpah.
Well, now it's even like, yesterday I met with my director, Nick Corley, and he's such a generous, kind person. And we met at the Stonewall. Again, Kurt Kelly, Melissa Driscoll, the movie that's going to the LGBTQ festival. I mean, I'm sure it's good. It's good. I love my movie, but it was shot at the Stonewall. Like, come on. I am like the luckiest girl to work at Stonewall with Maria Gentili on Monday nights, Magic Mondays. We're killing it. But anyway,
it's fun. We have a lot of fun.
My point in all of that is that what was my point? Jesus,
we were talking about being all over the place, but now there's another thing that we didn't talk about before that I do. You also were in Florida at Ronnie Larson's theater in Fort Lauderdale. Didn't you do your show there as well?
No, Lynn did.
Oh, Lynn did her show.
I went, it was Lynn's birthday weekend.
Right,
Or
right.
somewhere around there. So I went and saw her show.
Waverly.
Well, that's why her granddaughter's name is Waverly. It's Lynn's show, Waverly.
108
Waverly, right.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you had done Lavinia there. But
Oh, well, I
Lavinia's,
did. I have done Lavinia in Fort Lauderdale.
Yes, I
At Maddie's
know.
bar, Maddie's video bar, which is no longer there. Listen, Wilton Manor's parties. So
that's
back
it.
in the day when
Wilton
I was
Manors.
doing all that, we would do the big, Christmas show, and then Portia would come down. You know Portia. Do you
Of
know
course.
Portia, Leah?
Yeah, of course.
The Fire
Yeah.
Island girls.
You know everybody, and you work out at Fire Island a lot.
Lynn and I did a cabaret. They love our little cabarets, and then we do like a piano bar twice a summer or whenever we can.
And
You
then
know.
Lynn wrote Very Cherry Day, have a very cherry day. And you got all
Oh,
these
we made a
people to be in the
video?
video. Oh my God.
Leo, have you seen that video?
Yeah, I think he has seen it. He's
Yeah,
probably
it's funny. It's cute.
so funny. So tomorrow night, if they want to get tickets, it's not too late, right? You have a few
Oh
tickets
yeah,
left.
and you could just go to the box office too. I mean, we have a nice crowd, but I'm sure there'll be tickets. But there's also a link, and you could just go to it or go to the United
Yeah.
Solo.
Or just
But
show up at
sure,
the
come
theater.
down.
And the theater is, where is it exactly? So I'm
Theater
putting-
One.
Theater One.
It's 407 West 42nd Street. Afterwards, we're going to go to the West Bank Cafe and have dinner
Yay, how
because
fun.
they're in need of our support.
Yeah.
Brandon Cottrell just did an amazing after party show there. And so we're hoping that it stays around because I
Yes.
love that place.
Go,
But it's-
please, everybody. If you go to any show on Broadway or off Broadway afterwards or beforehand, go and support the West Bank Cafe.
Yes, the food's fantastic. It's classic. It's so New York.
And it's such a beautiful place, and they're such nice people. We had Tom Dangora on a few weeks ago, and he's done so many fundraisers for them, and he's still doing, and he's a lovely, lovely person. So,
I think it's probably going to work out.
oh, yeah. And also, I'm going to remind you about next week to you and your mother come on, because she
Oh,
is
yeah.
very-
So if it works out, yeah, we'll do it. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to be there, and then like at this time or whenever or earlier, she's awake. She'll be like, this is my mother. She'll say, what am I supposed to say? I'm like, I don't know, Mom. Say whatever you want to say. Well, I don't know.
I don't know
Then
what
she
to
starts
talk about.
yabbering.
And then but she's so funny. She's
She's
so funny. Yeah, we need to.
She loves you.
Yeah,
You're
I
her
love
favorite.
her. I love
She
your
keeps
mom.
Maria's tchotchkes that Maria sends with bouquet. They're all over the house. There's candy in them. It doesn't matter if it looks like a snowman. It's out. Maria got me this. I put the gardenias in it. I put the Hershey's.
Here's our tradition. Every Christmas, I send Susie's mother a little teleflora thing, and it's always got a cute little thing. And she puts it on the table for Christmas Eve dinner every year. And then she saves it and does other things. And every Christmas, Susie sends my dad a big thing of pasta, special pasta, and then we cook it at Christmas Eve dinner. So it's really cool. We've been doing that forever and ever and ever.
I mean, who
So-
doesn't like pasta? And what are you supposed to get a man who probably has everything?
I know. Leo, what is
Are
it?
you talking about food?
Oh, thank you, sir. Yes.
Oh, what's
My
eating?
stomach is
So
grumbling.
this is the food section of our show. We always do a food section of our show, and this section is called. We're all going to say it together. It's called "Go ahead, keep eating." On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead, keep eating.
Why not?
All right. So what did I'm in my fat phase, so I'm eating like a nut.
Oh,
It's all right. It's okay. Sometimes I'm fat. Sometimes I go on the keto, and because in about a month, Judy and I are going to Florida, so I do have to lose weight. I'll go on the keto next week. But this week I have chicken parmesan.
What?
I made a pan of it a couple days ago. Chicken parmesan over spaghetti. How great and how comfort food is that? So I just used the marinara sauce with some mozzarella cheese. That's baked, but I saved it. And then over spaghetti, and when I heat that up, I'll heat it up in the oven so it gets crispy. Because sometimes I like crispy spaghetti. I like spaghetti 3 days old and crispy. I know. Now, Leo, I don't know if I told you this, but I found out yesterday that Wonder Woman, Linda Carter, her mother, she was talking about it, is Mexican. Did you know that?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
I inherited the spin.
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun.
Wonder Woman.
Right.
Remember that song?
Yes.
Wonder
Dum, 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 dum,
Woman.
dum, 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 Wonder Woman. So Wonder Woman's mother is Mexican. And she was had the red, white, and blue everything. So that's the beauty and diversity of our country. So I went with the like kind of a little bit on leaning Mexican salad. I have romaine lettuce because I was very taken by that. I really thought it was such a cool thing. Avocados, little cherry tomatoes sliced up, a little Bermuda onion, cilantro.
Nice. That's fantastic.
A squeeze of a lime, and I'll put just a regular Trader Joe's great olive oil on that. And hold on, we're big fans of the blue. This is a great company. I can't say enough about this company. It's called Penzeys Spices, and this particular one is called Outrage. So it's all spicy like cayenne and paprika and all kinds of spices. I'm going to put it on the salad, but I want you guys to look at this. Penzeys, Penzye. Penzeys is an amazing company based. I think they started in Wisconsin. I believe that's where they started, their home bases. But now they have stores in Pittsburgh, in Philadelphia, all of Chicago, and they are staunch Democrats, and they make no bones about it. And all their spices are named after really funny things. And they were the same ones that wrote a lot of funny stuff, like during the Republican National Convention, because remember, that was held out there, out in the Midwest in Wisconsin. So they're really funny. And I think it was in Milwaukee. Yes, I got it. Please, everybody, go and visit. Their prices are so reasonable. Their spices are so great, and they all have really funny names. And that's where Kamala went when she was in Pittsburgh and hugged the woman that owned it, and the woman started crying. Do you remember that scene where she started crying and Kamala was rubbing her back and she said, "Everything's going to be okay. Don't worry. Everything's going to be okay."
Because we are going to have the first female president of the United States of America.
Please, dear God, please. And
we are.
And this, I mean this with all my heart. Nothing against Republicans. It's not about that. When we were kids, Susie, you remember, Leo, we had friends that were Republicans and Democrats. It wasn't the way it is now.
No, this guy's a mental patient.
Right.
I mean, this guy should be locked up in a mental institution. Any other normal person who wasn't him would be disregarded and ignored, just the way mental illness has been ignored in this country for years and years and years. You know what it is? We are in a mentally ill country, and that dude is mentally ill, and people are identifying with his illness. This is what's going on in our country. It's called mental illness. So let me tell you something. Go get some inner work done. Check out your own, figure out your shit, and we will have a better country. Move forward with your mental health, and we will be in better shape.
I agree. Now let's check on what some of our friends are saying. Let me see. So thank you, Maria and Leo, says Catherine. Rena, hello and happy Tuesday. Rena is my cousin from Massachusetts who I love with all my heart.
Weather girl.
Leo does a shimmy when he says that too.
I'm shaking the boat.
Oh, that's a nice shirt.
Wow, yeah, I love that, Leo. You're shaking the boat. Shake the boat, baby. Lavinia reminds me of that scene from that movie, The Banger Sisters with Goldie Hawn. I don't think I know that movie. Danielle, I'll have to check it out. Chris Shapiro says it's an awesome show, talking about your show. Great stories and great music by Lynn Porter's genius. And Susan is amazing. Chris is we love Chris.
I have to give away one of that pizzas that when Chris is saying that, when Lavinia is doing sit-ups and singing full voice
Oh my
And
God.
she is, and then that's why Susan Campanaro has like 6-pack abs. You can do like your laundry.
Yeah,
on.
Well,
Susan's in
it
the
could
best
be
shape.
better,
Why?
but I keep it real. Keeping it real. But I
And
like
then-
to eat. I mean,
I
I
know, but
can't
you're
not
in
eat
such
food.
great shape. Oh my God. I
You'd
eat
have
like
to
a
just
maniac.
not. I have to eat food. I have to
Yeah.
have a
Especially your
muffin.
best friend's Maria with her sauces and her cooking.
She
Oh,
knows
thank-
I'd eat that quicker than her.
Susie
I'd
is
be
so
like,
cute. If we go out to, well, we made a movie called Just Eat With Me.
it's the best.
Yeah.
Chris
and that,
made it with us.
Chris is our
Chris's
movie
timing
guy.
in that movie is better than me and Maria's.
Yeah. Chris
His
is,
camera timing of us, it's like a well-oiled improvisation.
yeah. Our
Which one
short
is that?
film.
Is that the No Matter What Club?
No, there's
No, it's
two.
called Just Eat With Me.
We made two short films. One is the first one is Just to Eat With Me. It's on YouTube. And the second one is called the No Matter What Club.
Leo, you gotta
It's
watch
about
Just Eat With
food.
Me. You're gonna lose your mind.
I gotta find that one.
Oh my God, you're gonna laugh. It was done years ago. Like I'm gonna say 15 years ago. Yeah. But it's
Yeah,
so
more
good.
than that, because I was in love with the one who thought he was Stanley Kowalski. Remember, I said that if he was burning,
I wouldn't. Right. I would
just call
911.
911.
Yes. And Kenny Holcomb says, "Hi, Maria and Susie, my loves. I so
My
love you.
man,
We love
he
you,
makes
Kenny.
all of the graphics of my show for the. What is it, Kenny? 20
Yeah.
years? I don't know how many years, Kenny. He's done.
Probably
Always
20
does
years.
my graphics.
He does my. He did my card, my business card, which I still love.
I
And,
still got my business card. It's kicking.
He made that.
The one, yeah, we got
love that
so many,
card.
Kenny. I think we got like 5,000. I've been giving those out forever.
It's so
And with
good.
Lavinia NYC on it, so that it's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm sure Leo helped me figure that out.
Leo did my website, and he also created What's the Story with Maria.com.
The brilliance of our friends.
Leo.
It
I
takes
know.
a village.
It does
Damn
take
it.
takes a village
You've
with
got
us.
a talented group.
John Pietero says chicken parm contains all the food.
John.
You know what? You're right there, John. Rena, love Penzi spices. Thanks for turning me on to them.
Oh, cousin.
Great, Rena. I'm telling you guys,
Rena.
we're on the same. You're gonna love Penzi spices, and they're so cool politically, and they make no bones about it. And this is why I love them the most, because Donald Trump hates them. He gave them a terrible review. He wrote overpriced, terrible product.
Well, they don't have that at McDonald's.
Right. How do you, first of all, he's never tried overpriced. Shut up. Nobody's talking to you. Nobody's talking to you. Yeah, go get a cheeseburger. And Danielle says it's good. It's with Susan Sarandon and her real life daughter. Oh, Goldie Hawn. Oh, cool. Okay. Goldie and Susan play groupies. I love that. All right. So let's remind everybody again of two things. One is that this Sunday at the Stonewall Inn, there's something called Hitting the High Notes with Harris. And it's a fundraiser for all the senators' races. And it's G. Enrique that will be playing the piano. And you can request that. So it's right there, ActBlue /donate/high notes for Harris. And you can watch it live. And you can request via Venmo. And all your request money will go to that. And also,
That's
if you're
amazing.
isn't that cool? If you're physically there, just show up, and there's going to be postcards. We all are writing postcards out, and then we send them off. Samantha Harmon is in charge of that. She got all the postcards.
That is how it works. Grassroots.
Yes. Grassroots, exactly. And
it's
tomorrow
happening.
Night, I hope so. I hope so. Tomorrow night, tell them again where your show is.
Tomorrow night at Theater Row Theaters, that's 407 West 42nd Street between 9th and Dyer. We're in Theater 1 doing time with Lavinia, myself and Lynn Portis live straight from the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, Lavinia Draper. That's
I love it. All right. Well, we want to, and thank you to Siobhan Fallon who joined us, she's great. I love her. So please follow everything that she does. Siobhan, and that is SIOBH. It's like the Irish spelling. BHAN. Fallon is FALLON. Hogan.
in our liner notes for tonight's show, you can go to her IMDb and click there. You can also click to her Instagram. So it's all in the notes.
She's really cool. Please follow her and everything that she does, and everything Susie does, because she's all over the place and does amazing things and so busy and a self-starter and just unbelievable. Like what a
And you, can we have 3 cheers for Maria Gentili, finest
she's
human
all right.
being walking
She's
the
all
planet.
right. She's all right.
And Leo Rodriguez.
Hooray! Oh no,
Leo,
hooray!
Leo's the best.
Hooray!
The man behind the curtain. Also, Leo is a gun for hire. If anybody needs a website, a video made, anything like that, Leo does incredible work.
A man needs a maid.
A maid.
I did a lot of laundry. Let me tell you, that calms me down. When I'm nervous, I don't know what it is. When I clean and do laundry, I calm down.
That's how I feel about cooking.
Right. There's got to be something that keeps us like, when the brain is going, something tasky oriented.
Cooking calms me down.
Susan,
Thank you
come
for
to
having me.
California. I'll keep you calm. Come to California.
I know, my love.
I have a lot of laundry.
Oh, geez. All right. Well, we love you guys. Please come back every Tuesday night.
Thank you, Maria.
Next week, thank you, my love.
Next week, Mommy will come on. I'll make sure.
Barbara Campanaro will be
She'll
joining
be
us.
thrilled.
She's fantastic. Adrian Christian, and maybe Scott Barberina. If not, he'll be on another week. We love and appreciate you. Go do great things, and please make sure you're registered. Talk to your neighbors. Let's save our democracy. We can do it. Love you guys.
Let's
Thank
put
you,
love
Liam.
back in to the United